All right, guys, today I've got a little outside the box video. Recently on Golden, Caitlin Clark broke the all-time Caitlin Clark record. It was the 2024 Select 1 of 1 gold vinyl autograph Caitlin Clark. It did grade a PSA 1010, and the card sold for an eye-popping, mesmerizing, otherworldly, difficult to believe $234,850. Today's video is going to be about that card, what you think about that card. You guys know what I think about that card. I shouldn't say that. You guys know what I think about the price paid for that card. We're going to look at what $234,850 could buy you in the world of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James cards. That's what today's video is about. It should be interesting doing some of this compare and contrast, and I'll let you guys in the comments kind of respond. And sometimes I'm shocked by the comments, and people will definitely come in strong and say, this is the greatest Caitlin Clark card ever. It's a steal. He's going to look like a genius. She's going to look like a genius one day. And maybe you're right. But if I had $250,000 in my, sweaty gym socks right now, I don't think I would be buying a Caitlin Clark card. I would probably hedge a little bit of risk and purchase maybe some Jordan cards. I might even diversify with some Kobe and some LeBron cards. Today's video is about that. We'll look at some real cool cards. We'll look at some prices, and we'll let you guys be the judge of whether this was a reach or whether this is a fair price to pay for a WNBA Rookies basketball card. Guys, I'm holding in my hands the 50th issue of Basketball Card Fanatics magazine, and it's the most badass cover yet. It's a compilation. It's an aggregate of all of the prior issues. Issue number 50. You're behind. You don't have the first 50 issues. Guess what? You can go buy them. You can purchase a digital copy of every single issue that's ever been created at bcfmag.com. Use the promo code Cajun, and you'll save 10% on your order. While you're at it, I highly suggest a 1-year subscription. It's $120, but with the Cajun promo code, you get 10% off that as well. Who doesn't want 12 mail days of these beautiful Basketball Card Fanatics magazines? I can't wait to see who's on the cover each month. I read it cover to cover. It's a can't miss in the hobby. Tell them Cajun Cardboard sent you by using the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N. All right, guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. This is not going to be a hate fest. You guys know I don't dig the WNBA. I don't watch it. I can't stand it, but I do really like Caitlin Clark. Today's video was about the Caitlin Clark gold vinyl 101 auto that just sold for $234,850 on Golden. And we're going to look at that card right here because it's on my screen. Isn't that cool how I did that? There it is right there. That's your card. That's the card we're talking about. And we're going to kind of figure out, where does $234,850 get you in the world of Michael Jordan basketball cards, or in LeBron James, or in Kobe Bryant for that matter. And so let's not waste any time. The first thing I want to do is I want to share my partner affiliate here. My affiliate partner for the Cajun Cardboard channel is Card Ladder. So we're going to use Card Ladder for all our data, all our graphs, all our conjecture, and all our suppositions and indexes and card values today. If you guys are interested in getting a Card Ladder subscription, which I highly, highly recommend for the sales history alone, but there's so much more to it than that, please consider going to cardladder.com and use the promo code Cajun when you purchase your way too cheap subscription. And it is C-A-J-U-N, all capital letters. Use that at the checkout, and a little fraction of the money will come back to support the Cajun Cardboard channel and yours truly. All right, so the first thing I want to say is, you'll notice up here in the sales history on Card Ladder, I've typed in Caitlin, C-A-I-T-L-Y-N, and guess what? 850 results come back. Why is that important? Because that's not how Caitlin is spelled. I've got it in parentheses, so it requires Caitlin to be misspelled. And so one problem with Caitlin Clark cards, if it's not her fault, right? It's her mom's fault because her name is weird and it's spelled weird. But then again, I'm Bryan with a Y, so who am I to judge? I guess you can get that wrong as well. But most people, I think, would assume it was Caitlin with a K, I-A-I-T-L-Y-N. Hell, I don't even know how you would want to pronounce it or spell it for that matter. But it is not spelled like this, but the wrong spelling returns 850 results. So let that sink in. The right spelling returns many more results, obviously, because they overprinted the hell out of her cards like every other ultra-modern basketball player, male or female. So it's really Caitlin Clark spelled this way, Caitlin, and then Clark is spelled the way it's supposed to, no E on the end, so just like Clark Kent. Here we go. This is the card. Caitlin Clark just sold December 7th. I'm recording this on December 9th, so 2 days ago on Golden. Someone paid almost $250,000 for this gold vinyl Caitlin Clark sticker autograph card from Select in her Fever uniform. So the first question we got to ask is, what else would $250,000 have gotten you in the Caitlin Clark market, right? Because, you know, before we move on to like male basketball players or low risk established GOAT men basketball players that play in the NBA, a profitable league, first, we got to look at, well, what if you just love Caitlin Clark so much, you've got $250,000, you got to spend it on Caitlin Clark. Was this the right call? And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. And maybe somebody out there, in fact, I know most of you out there who are listening will either know nothing like me or know a little bit more about the Caitlin Clark card market than I do, because I know very little. I just think this is interesting to kind of ponder and compare and contrast. So what you could have done with your 234, I think it's really close. It's maybe a little bit more. The next 4 highest priced Caitlin Clark cards that I've ever sold in history add up to a little bit more than $234,000. So really your question is, would you rather the December 7th Select Gold Vinyl 1/1 sticker auto, or would you rather I think her first 1/1 was this Panini Instant Draft Blue Viper Caitlin Clark. It's a CGC authenticated, and it's in the original Panini foil. That sold for $84,000. Card Ladder thinks it's worth $15,000 more today than the day it sold back in September. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You could also have picked up this, and this is not either or. This is these next 4 cards or the gold vinyl. Well, this is also a gold vinyl looking, but it's really a superfractor. Bowman University, it is in her Iowa jersey. It is also a sticker auto. It is also a 10/10, but this is her Bowman first, Bowman University autograph superfractor 1/1. So let's keep tabs on here. Her Instant Blue Viper, her 1/1 superfractor auto from Bowman's first, the Draft Black Finite from the same product. This is also from Select. This is also an autograph. This is also her holding her Indiana Fever uniform. This is CGC authenticated with your little thingy there, because that's who authenticates now for Fanatics Collect. This card sold on the Fanatics Premier for $52,800. And then lastly, you could also pick up this National Sports Card Convention Iowa Hawkeyes Gold 1/1, which I think is probably, honestly, I think it's the best looking card. Again, I don't buy any college cards, men, male or female. I don't mess with any of that. But this is the Panini National Sports Card Convention Silver Pack, Caitlin Clark, Iowa Hawkeyes, Gold 1/1, also a PSA 10. So you could have gotten all 4 of these cards that you see for the price of the one card that sold for $234. So that's the first question you got to ask yourself is, would you be better off as an investor having your money in those 4 pieces or just in this one Select 1/1? Was it a reach, I guess is what I'm getting at. Even within, I think it's all a reach, but even within the Caitlin Clark, sphere of card collecting, was $234 an extraordinary? I mean, that's $150,000 more than the next highest priced Caitlin Clark card ever purchased. That, to me, is just odd. That seems like a really illogical, massive jump. You more than doubled it. You almost tripled it to get to that 234. So let's look at what we could do if we wanted to buy, let's just say, some Michael Jordan cards. So what I did is, I didn't want to look at old cards. So I looked at cards that only sold, old sales, I mean. So I only looked at Michael Jordan cards that have sold since January 1st, 2023. So for purposes of this comparison exercise, we've got $234,000 to work with, give or take $250, right? We're only looking at cards of Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron that have sold after January 1st, 2023, okay? So less than 2 years ago. So the prices should be what and what. Not like we're looking at 2020, 2021 prices. We're looking at recent prices. So for Jordan, cards that sold between 200 and 240,000, there are 20 of those cards that have sold between 200 and 240,000 since January 1st, 2023. Not surprisingly, you're going to see a lot of PSA 10 86 Fleer True Rookie card number 57s. Even this one right here, even sold on Golden. So first and foremost, you've got that decision to make, right? You're like, there's 332 of them. That seems like a lot, Cajun. Okay, fine. Let's back off that, but let's just let it be known you could have bought the most in-demand sports card, not basketball, sports card in the world, the 86 Fleer in a PSA 10 condition. There are 332 of those in the world, and I know people say 332 is a lot. Well, guess what? There's 332,000 times as many people that want to collect Michael Jordan than want to collect Caitlin Clark. Let's just get that out of the way, or at least there will be in 15, 20 years. So let's consider supply and demand, of course, right? And the Caitlin Clark was a one-of-one. That's great. What about this? A $204,000 LeBron Jordan BGS 8 exquisite number pieces, serial number to 23. That's you could have gotten, and also put a BMW in your garage. An autographed PSA 910. This is, I think, is the highest price paid for the 86 Fleer Jordan sticker. This was a PSA 910 for the autographed Jordan sticker rookie, $204,000. That one just recently sold on Heritage. I remember talking about that. We've got some more 86 Fleer Jordan autograph right here. This is a PSA 8-9 for the autograph. That sold for $205,000, but Card Ladder thinks that card has jumped all the way up to $252,000, exceeding even the Caitlin Clark gold vinyl 1-of-1 sticker autograph. Another PSA 10 Jordan. You got your Olympic champions. A lot of people don't even know about this card. This is a crazy rare card. Watch this. When I click the pop, there you go. 6 have ever been graded. This was a 6.5, 3 higher, pop 2, 3 higher. It sold for $210,000, a card that a lot of people don't know about. It's got that weird USA blank jersey on the front, but it's an autograph. It was like an impossible pack pull. I can't remember what the odds were on that, but I think it was pack pulled, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody who knows more about autograph stuff, Jordan autograph stuff, chime in the comments below. A lot of 86 Fleer. How about this? Let's just get down to the nasty nitty gritty here, and let's go with the 98. I think this is the best rubies there is. The 98 Skybox Premium Jordan Star Rubies in a PSA 7. That is a $216,000 sale. Again, Card Ladder thinks that card's already up $40,000 just in the last year and a half. That card right now, or just in the last year, is valued by Card Ladder at $256,000. A lot of Jordan rookies. What about them? Oh my God. We're talking about the 98 Skybox Molten Metal Fusion Titanium, the gold, right? Serial numbered to 40. This card sold for $220,000. These are all cards that you could have gotten. The PMG Championship serial numbered to 50. Sold for $232 in March of 2024 in a PSA 8 slab. You've got a triple autograph LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and unfortunately Carmelo Anthony that sold for exactly what the Caitlin Clark card sold for, $234,000. We got another championship PMG down there, 8.5, that sold for right at $240,000. So that's what you're looking at in the Jordan world, what your dollar could get you for Jordan. What if we plug in Kobe Bryant? I don't know if we're going to have enough Kobe Bryant cards that have sold for over $200,000. There's just one, but guess what? This is not a hard decision for me, and I don't collect Kobe Bryant, and I never will, and I don't particularly really like him. I do respect him. I have him in my top 10 players of all time, but this is the Kobe Bryant Logomania Logo Man Auto, hand serial numbered 1-of-1, and this card made huge headlines when it sold for $240,000 on February 8th of last year. So a little less than 2 years ago, the Kobe Bryant Logo Man 1-of-1 Auto sold for $240,000. So that's right on the number with the Caitlin Clark. You got to make a decision. Which one are you going to go with? What if we just kind of made this go? Let's go 100,000 to 115,000, so we can get a little, or no, 117,000, so we can get a little more Kobe possibilities. Now we got 4 results, okay? And it's all going to be as chrome refractor stuff. But how about this? How about this Kobe PMG red? So now your choice is not, it's not the Kobe PMG Red BGS 7.5, which is an epic Kobe, tier 1, top 10 Kobe card for any collector in the world. I don't care who you are, if you exclude the Gem Masters. This card sold for $109,000 on March of this year. You can have 2 of them. You can have 2 of these BGS 7.5 Kobe Bryant PMG Reds for $109,000 in exchange for your 1 Caitlin Clark Gold Vinyl. Let's do the same drill, the same exercise with LeBron James. Boom, we'll plug it in. We could do this with Steph. We could do this with Tim Duncan. We could do this with Iverson. We could do this with, hell, we could do it with Luka Doncic. We could even do it with other ultra-modern prospects. I guess my question is, why is somebody putting $250,000 into the WNBA? Why is somebody paying more for a Caitlin Clark rookie card than Caitlin Clark will make in her entire WNBA contract? That does not make any sense to me. It just doesn't compute to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So we got some other options here for LeBron James. You got a dual logo man, LeBron and Doncic. Everybody remembers that sale in September of 2023. Card sold for $102,000 for that 75th anniversary dual logo Doncic and LeBron James. You could buy an entire case of 2003. That's another thing that Card Ladder does. A lot of people don't, is they price cases. When cases sell on public platforms, Card Ladder tracks it, and you can find out. A case of 10 hobby boxes of 2003 Topps Chrome basketball sold for $102,000. That is half of what the Caitlin Clark sold for. How about the black LeBron James PSA 10 that sold for $102,000? Card Ladder now says $131. I think recently it sold for $132, and I should announce this now. I just recently sold my BGS 9.5 LeBron James 2003 Topps Chrome Black Refractor. I took a complete 180 and decided to completely get out of the LeBron James market. A lot of you guys may have noticed that. I haven't really talked much publicly about it, but I decided just to kind of push a little bit harder into the Michael Jordan stuff. So while I was considering pivoting into LeBron James stuff, his rare exquisite stuff, some of his gold stuff shortly after his rookie year in the early 2000s, I decided to just do a complete 180 and sell every single thing that I have that has LeBron James on it, because the more I watch him and the more I hear about him, the less I like him. I'll be quite honest with you. I think he's the second greatest basketball player that ever lived. I think he's the second greatest basketball player that's ever walked the face of the earth. That's my objective perspective, and that's just my opinion. No disrespect to Kareem or Wilt or anybody else that you want to put right after him. I got Jordan number 1, obviously. That being said, I look in the mirror and I'm like, who am I? Why am I in this hobby? What do I care the most about? What am I passionate about? I'm passionate about Michael Jordan, and I'm nowhere near the finish line. And I've got a long list of Michael Jordan cards that I still want to add to my collection. So why is my money tied up in these LeBron James cards? So yes, I probably bought at or near the peak, and yes, I'm probably selling at or near the bottom. But you know what? The hell with it. Life is short. I am a Michael Jordan collector, and I want to grow my Michael Jordan collector. So for that reason, I'm out of all of my LeBron. So that being said, the PSA 10 I think sold for $132,000. I recently sold my BGS 9.5 minimum gem refractor. I think I got $35,000 net for it, which is just the state of the world right now. BGS compared to PSA is just, it just is what it is, man. The PSA is pop 21 and the BGS is pop 26. Like I said, I sold it for more than Card Ladder thinks it's worth, and I got that net in my pocket and a deal that was brokered by my good friends at Fanatics, and so it was nice to get that deal done. But these are just some of the cards. How about this? You could go right here. How about a LeBron James 2003 Topps Chrome Refractor Black Label? You could buy 2 of these for the price of the Caitlin Clark card. Okay, we're digressing here. That is enough. That's the card. That's the story. You guys let me know what you think. Is $234 a reach even within the Caitlin Clark market? We looked at that compared to the next 4 highest cards that add up to about that amount. We compared it to some Jordan, some LeBron, some Kobe. We could have done this exercise with a bunch of other people. Just don't forget to spell Caitlin correct. She does deserve that. Amazing female basketball player. I think she will finish as by far the greatest female basketball player that ever lived. That doesn't change my perspective of collecting WNBA cards. I feel the same way about certain football players. I feel the same way about certain F1 drivers. They may be the greatest of all time. It just doesn't draw my interest. And especially from an investor perspective, I just don't know if the demand is going to be there long term. I mean, if you go back, I liken Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA to that of Tiger Woods on the PGA. And the PGA was a much more established, much more watched, much more cared about in-demand league than WNBA basketball is. WNBA basketball was not something that anybody ever talked about, in at least not positively, until Caitlin Clark got there and had the beef with Angel Reese, and it became, you know, a little bit of a soap opera. And so now, you know, you got half the world that wants Caitlin to succeed and the other half that doesn't for whatever reason, usually wrong reasons. But I hope the girl succeeds. I don't know if her cards will, you know, if this particular card will appreciate from a $234,000 price point. That's not where I would have put my money personally, but the hobby is here for everybody. And some people have so much money, they just don't give a damn. And they want you to know that I've got so much money, I'm going to buy the best Caitlin Clark card in the world. Is it the best Caitlin Clark card in the world? I have no idea. I don't know enough about the card, the product. And maybe there's something else lurking in the shadows that I don't know about that's in a product that's better than this card. Maybe there's an autograph that's not on a sticker that's going to sell for $250,000. So I don't know. Interesting stuff. I'm anxious to hear your comments. And again, I hope this didn't come off as me hating on Caitlin Clark, because I don't. I want her to succeed as much as anybody. I do not like the WNBA. I do not care to watch it. It's not because I have daughters who play college athletics. I love watching them play sports, but I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of you know, women's pro soccer cards either. I just don't think the demand is there. As an investor, as somebody who's got to use their brain and use common sense, I don't know if the demand's going to be there for this card long term down the road, because I don't know if very many people truly care about the WNBA or if they just care about Caitlin Clark. And while you can say, well, she's part of the WNBA, yes, she is, but Tiger Woods was part of the PGA. When's the last time anybody gave a damn about the PGA since Tiger Woods untimely retired? Well, I didn't retire, but basically disappeared from the, you know, main stage. He's still the biggest draw, for God's sakes. I mean, Tiger made the PGA what it was. He changed golf forever, and people still don't really talk too much about golf and don't really want to watch golf, and they sure as hell don't want to collect golf cards. And I know there are people out there that do that, so I don't mean to disparage them, because I collect weird crap too, right? I collect some weird, obscure stuff too, but I don't do it from an investor perspective, and that's really what this video is about. Obviously, if this is Caitlin Clark's mom or father that purchased this card, I truly apologize for the things that I've said, and the card's definitely worth it. But I have a feeling this is just a flipper and somebody out there who wants to turn this card over for a profit. I'm just not sure they're going to do that. Let me know what you think in the comments about this card and this price paid for it. And thank you guys, as always, for watching the channel. Whether you agree or disagree, I always want you to comment and let me know your thoughts. Just kind of keep it relatively classy. You can be very direct, as you know I am oftentimes, but keep your comments classy, and that way I don't have to take your comment off. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.